Now notice that the triangle with the I in it points to a blank space between the two words annuit and septus. But the other 5 points point to 5 letters. A at 10 o'clock, S at 2 o'clock, N at 8 o'clock, the second O in ordo at 6 o'clock, and M at 4 o'clock. Those letters are together A-S-N-O-M. There is a word in the dictionary that describes the scrambling of letters in a word to conceal the actual word, and that word is anagram. A-S-N-O-M is an anagram for M-A-S-O-N, the Masons. And it was the Masons who were the men who designed the Great Seal. The Masons hide things in plain sight. We all carry these dollars, and only a few of us in America know the secrets they contain. Now let me show you how the Masons legally grab more power in the Constitution than any dictator or tyrant in history. For years, the American people have been told that the American form of government, a constitutional republic, is the finest form ever devised by man, and that the American Constitution is the finest document ever written by the mind of man. And I used to believe that as well until I discovered the fact that the Founding Fathers literally placed a phrase in our Constitution that they knew would later destroy it. Because as thousands of today's patriots have discovered when they have gone to the courts in America to argue the constitutionality of various laws and regulations, they have learned that the Constitution of the United States of America is null and void. There are no constitutional rights in the United States today. And the reason that it is so is because this nation's founding fathers set it up so that our God-given unalienable rights would no longer be rights, but would be privileges granted by government. And the reason they did that was because they were members of the Masons, the Illuminati, and or the Order of the Quest. To prove that the Constitution is null and void in America today, we must go back to the year of 1776 when the Founding Fathers declared this nation's independence from Great Britain. The Declaration of Independence was just that. This nation was declaring its independence from the government of Great Britain. Those who wrote it were denouncing the tyranny being imposed upon the American people by King George, the King of England. And the proof of that is found in the second paragraph of the Declaration of Independence. We, the people of the United States of America, wrote, "The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations." The word usurpation is defined as the illegal seizure of sovereign power. We, the American people, were reclaiming our sovereignty by declaring our own independence from the tyranny of the king. The word sovereignty is defined by a dictionary as being supreme in power. The word sovereign is defined as being unlimited by any other. The Declaration continues, all having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over these states. To understand what that means, it becomes important to define the word tyranny. Webster's 1828 dictionary, meaning the dictionary as close to the date of 1776 that is available, defines the word tyranny as unlimited power. So it is fair to conclude that the Founding Fathers felt that King George was creating a tyrannical government in America by stealing the sovereignty of the American people and replacing it with his own, King George's. And that was the reason they were breaking the bonds with the English government. So our founding fathers knew what the word tyranny meant, and to further prove that, the writers of the Constitution actually attempted to further define the word in the Declaration of Independence itself. They listed 30 specific evidences in the Declaration of the fact that King George was guilty of creating an oppressive totalitarian government, meaning a tyranny in the United States. The 22nd of these is the one that clearly addresses the issue. He, meaning King George, has given his assent to the suspending of our own legislatures and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. That is the key phrase shown in red, the power to legislate in all cases whatsoever. That is the very definition of tyranny. There are no limits to that grant of power. They were grabbing absolute, dictatorial, tyrannical power. There is no Magna Carta, no Bill of Rights, no Constitution to protect the rights of the people. That is called a grant of absolute power. The Constitution was issued in 1787.